Okay, cancer. The cancer is a subtopic in um, human health in 12th bio. So we'll be studying that today. Cancer is one of the most dreaded diseases of human beings and is a major cause of death all over the globe. And more than a million patients suffer from cancer each year, and a large number of them die annually. Okay. The mechanisms that underlie development of cancer or oncogenic transformation of cells. Now, this word oncogenic ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ये इसको मतलब बोलते हैं कि ये नॉर्मल हेल्दी सेल्स को जब कैंसरस सेल्स या ऑन्कोजेनिक सेल्स में बदल देता है that's what it's called oncogenic transformation. So another name for cancerous. Okay, now its treatment and control have been some of the most intense area of research in biology and medicine. Okay, it's obvious. So, in our body, cell growth and differentiation of cell growth, the inhibition as well as the mechanisms of cell growth are highly controlled and like regularly regulated. Sorry. Now, in cells, there is a breakdown of these regulatory mechanisms. Okay, there's a breakdown of these regulatory mechanisms, which causes us to spiral down into an uncontrollable loop of like uncontrollable growth. Like you कभी कभी आपने देखा होगा कि ट्यूमर्स कितने बढ़ जाते हैं. Like there are so many like big tumors that have to be removed. Okay, that and they can be any from any part of the body. So आगे पढ़ेंगे. Okay, so अभी हम लोग okay normal cells, sorry, normal cells show contact inhibition. Okay, you can kind of get the thing like based on its name. Contact inhibition is a property which is shown by normal cells by virtue of which contact with other cells inhibits the uncontrolled growth. मतलब कि this cell is touching this cell, this cell is touching this cell, these cells will stop growing. Okay, like when cell is divided, right? When cell is divided into two parts, these cells get on with these cells, and these cells get on with these cells. So there's a limited. Okay, we have a limit to that. Okay, so there's a limit to the growth, but there's also a limit to innovation. There is a very particular reason why humans can't grow. How do you say? We can't regrow our organs like most of the lower, like not most of them, but very few of the lower vertebrates. Example, octopus and अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है लेकिन let's say octopus or um lizard's tail. Some can even I this animal can shed its tail to protect itself from prey, from predators. Okay. It's a very painful process. I've heard. This is just that language. Okay. So inhibition is when stopping. Okay. So if anyone knows, inhibition is stopping. So normal cells when they come in contact with other cells. This is a property which is shown by normal cells. Okay, normal cells show this property. Abhi, cancerous cells. Cancerous cells do not show this property. Most of it, okay, do not show this property. Now, as a result of this, cancerous cells just continue to divide, giving rise of two masses. This is the mass, for example. Okay, and this mass can be present anywhere. It can also be present in you right now, and you just don't know it. It can be present in lumps, or it can be forming right now. Sometimes it's in the neck, sometimes it's like this. It also like pushes the thyroid gland, sometimes it's in the ovaries, everywhere. Okay, it invades space, and these big are called tumors. Okay, these big non-stopping cells are called tumors. Cancerous cells, which do not show contact inhibition and just continue to divide, forming mass of cells, are called tumors. Now, tumors also have two types. Okay, tumors have two types: benign and malignant. I think sometimes, if you have watched Grey's Anatomy, you might have um, heard these terms benign and malignant. मुझे तो कभी समझ नहीं आया. Now I know. Now, benign tumors normally remain confined to their original location. Okay, कि हाँ cancer tumor है, but it's just at one place. Okay, it's not spreading. But malignant is very terrifying. They benign do not cause very much of a damage. It can be treated with surgery or medicine. But malignant tumors are very, I think, invasive. And see, these are also martyrs. But what happens, when blood आता है उसके बीच में से, cancerous cells go with the flow of the blood, and when they get like accumulated somewhere, they start growing from there. Okay, they start forming masses. So malignant tumors may, it can be all over the body from this single tumor. Okay, the malignant tumors, on the other hand, are a mass of proliferating cells called neoplastic or tumor cells. These cells grow very rapidly, um, invading and damaging the surrounding normal cells. As these cells actively divide and grow, they also starve the normal cells by competing for vital nutrients. Okay, I hope you understand that malignant cells compete for vital nutrients because the malignant cells now think that they're part of the body, so they starve out the normal cells and they get all the nutrients and they grow. Okay, so they grow inevitably, and and the normal cells just die because they're being starved. Okay, cells flawed off from such tumors reach distant sites through blood, and wherever they get lodged in the body, they start a new tumor there. This property is called This property is called metastasis, and this is very very scary. Okay, it's called metastasis, and it's very very scary. This is the most pure property of malignant tumors. Okay, causes of cancer. Transformation of normal cells into cancerous neoplastic cells may be induced by physical, chemical, or biological changes. Now, see, I'm not writing it down because I think you should understand this and not just, by heart this. You should understand this and you should like have it in mind because I can't write everything now. Okay, so just read along with me. Okay, transformation of normal cells into cancerous neoplastic cells may be induced by physical, chemical, or biological agents. These agents are called carcinogens. Okay, okay. So clear. Now, the physical, chemical, and biological changes which cause normal cells to cancerous cells are, so these agents are carcinogen. Carcinogen. Ionizing radiations like X-rays and gamma rays and nine. Okay, so ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation, X-rays and gamma rays, and then non-ionizing are UV rays. Okay, non-ionizing um, and ionizing radiation like X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays can cause physical damage. Sorry. DNA damage. This is why people tell you to wear sunscreen or whenever you're going for an MRI scan or gamma rays तो radiation पढ़ ही लिया था 10th में, but whenever not MRI but X-ray scan, you have to like be very careful because also pregnant mothers can't go there because newborn, sorry, not newborn, just pregnant, just infants inside your womb. Okay, okay, the chemical carcinogens present in tobacco. Okay, tobacco smoke have been identified as a major cause of lung cancer. What is the plan? Cancer causing viruses have been identified. Cancer causing viruses called oncogenic viruses have genes called viral oncogenes. Okay, oncogenic viruses में gene होता है which is called viral oncogene. Okay, furthermore, genes is called cellular oncogenes. C-onc or proto-oncogenes have been identified in normal cells, which, when activated under certain conditions, could lead to oncogenic transformation of cells. मतलब, I think we can be born with this cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes, and at the right point of time, that's why people, with people whose parents have had people whose parents have had cancer are, sorry, people whose parents have had cancer have, high risk of cancer because I think uh, because of cellular oncogenes or proto-oncogenes. Proto-oncogenes, I'm guessing it means. Proto means before, and this is cancer. So now, cancer detection and diagnosis. Okay, early detection of cancer is essential as it allows the disease to be treated successfully in many cases. Cancer detection based on biopsy. So it can come, okay? So like, what is it based on blank blank? So the भूल number is based on biopsy and histopathological studies. Biopsy is basically when you like suppose this is your leg or your arm, so you like cut a piece from where and then you send it to the lab to study. I think that's what I know. Okay, that is biopsy of the tissue. Uh, uh, Also blood and bone marrow tests for increased cell counts in the case of leukemia. Okay, leukemia may increase cell count. In biopsy, a piece of suspected, oh, even the sorry. In biopsy, a piece of suspected tissue cut into thin sections is stained and examined under microscope. Histopathological studies by a pathologist. Techniques like radiography, use of X-rays, CT, and MRI are very useful to detect cancer for internal organs. CT, MRI, and X-rays, right? CT uses X-rays to generate a 3D image of the internals of an object. MRI uses strong magnetic field. So based on the name MRI, it's magnetic resonance imaging. So it uses strong magnetic fields to um, accurately detect pathological and physiological changes in the living tissue. In an MRI machine, so it's like my physics teacher explained to me that this is like where the patient is lying, and obviously you can't wear any jewelry or any metal, and you can't get an MRI scan. Uh, if you have a test like the heart dead, आता है ना, you can't sit under an MRI that's for you. And there's this big cyclotron, which is the largest particle accelerator, and it shoots electrons right on the metal plate on which you're sitting. And yeah, it takes an image of you. Now, antibodies against cancer-specific antigens are also used for detection of certain cancers. Techniques of molecular biology can apply to detect genes in individuals with inherited susceptibilities to certain cancers. Identification of such genes which predispose an individual to certain cancers may be very helpful in prevention of cancer. Such individuals may be advised to avoid exposure to particular carcinogens to which is susceptible. Example, tobacco smoke in case of lung cancer. Okay, treatment of cancer. Common approaches are obviously surgery. Okay, treatment is surgery radiation therapy, and immunotherapy. Now, in radiation therapy, tumors are eradicated lethally. Okay, in radiotherapy, tumors are eradicated lethally, taking proper care of the normal tissues surrounding the tumor mass. Several chemotherapeutic drugs are used to kill cancerous cells. Some of these are specific for particular tumors. Majority of the drugs have side effects like hair loss, anemia, etc. Anemia means low iron in blood. Most cancers are treated by the combination of surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy. Okay, so radiotherapy plus chemo plus surgery. Tumor cells have been shown to avoid detection and destruction by the immune system. Therefore, the patients are given substances called biological response modifiers such as alpha interferon, which activates the immune system and helps in destroying the tumor. Okay, so alpha interferon क्या करता है? Should I wait? Alpha interferon, what it does is activates immune system to just increase the response of, of our immune system to these tumor cells. Okay, so treatment of cancer का subtopic is done. Not bad.